This guy is the one who submitted this manuscript. Okay, so this is the one, manuscripts on the table. You can look at his author profile. He has, published 76 articles before. Now, click on the number there, 76, and you will see all the 76 articles published by Christian Ploner, 76 articles in Scopus. Okay, all right, and these are the results of his 76 papers. Search within the results. So search within the results, I'm going to put the name of Koffler in. Koffler is the person I want as a reviewer, potential reviewer. I put in his name, and I hit search. Okay, and I will see that out of the 76, there are 18 results that had Koffler in it. So if you look here, I've circled in red Koffler, so indicating that he is a co-author of Ploner. Okay, so he has collaborated with this particular author quite a number of times. And if you scroll down to the rest of the 18 documents, you can see his name appears all the time in all the different publications. Okay, so in a way, if you're a journal editor, you want to prevent conflict of interest, this is one way to do a check. Okay. Now the last part, which is how you can review performance of journals. Okay. Now I think many of you know what the ISI impact factor is. Okay, I wouldn't go into that detail. What I'm trying to show you today is two other alternative metrics. Of course, some of you may be familiar with the H index in Scopus or using citation counts as an evaluation measure. There are two other metrics designed by two different people as an alternative. Okay. I think in the academic community, you already know that the authors and academics themselves are starting to question the impact factor also. Okay, so I will touch on SNP first, which is the source normalized impact per paper. Now, for the impact factor, you get citations over 2 years divided by the number of articles. Okay, very simple, very easy to calculate impact factor. Now, the problem is, if I publish in a journal of mathematics, or I'm a mathematician, okay, the impact factor of the journals, or in my field, maybe is less than 1 or 1. If I'm in the life sciences, biomedical or health sciences, then it's very high. Impact factor can be 4 or 5 or sometimes 10. Okay, so how do you compare between, you're not comparing apples and apples, all right? So one thing that he did was to come up with this measure, which is called source normalized impact per paper. It tries to even out the differences in the likelihood of citation, meaning different citation behaviors. Because in the life sciences, citations come very fast and furious. It's always going, it's very quick, versus maybe something in statistics or mathematics or something else. So it's trying to contextualize this. It's trying to look at the total potential of citations within a particular field. Okay, so it tries to give you that. The next one is the Scimago Journal Rank. Okay, this is developed by a Spanish person, and it's part of the Scimago Research Group, if you've heard of them. This is like a Google page rank. Now, if you go to Google page rank, what you're trying to do on Google page rank, for example, is to ascertain the popularity or the influence of your particular website. Okay? So for example, Amazon, all those famous Hotmail, Google, Yahoo, their Google rank is always 10. It's always at the highest because Google ranks between 1 to 10. Okay, it's always at the highest because they have the most number of hits, okay, and the links. If you were to say, say I create a blog and I go to Google rank and use my blog address and go to Google rank and see, maybe it's just a 0 or a 1. Okay? So it's similar to Google PageRank in the sense that, and I'll come back to the analogy of the journals. If you publish in Lancet versus you publish in, say, University ABC journal, okay? Obviously, the citations that you get from Lancet or Nature or Science is going to be worth much more than a university journal, for example. Okay? So what he's trying to do here is to give citations based on the status of the source, okay, depending on the prestige of the source. I will go into that later. I will show you something on Scopus now, which is under the Analytics tab, which you can see from here. The first one is over here. I'm going to again search for immunology and microbiology. That's my area, okay, of research. And if I type in immunology, 72 different journals are found. And this allows you to compare journals, okay? So I'm using the first one, which is SJR. This is the Schemago journal rank. I have taken 5 journals: Advances in Immunology, Current Opinion, Nature Immunology, Nature Reviews, and Trends in Immunology. From here, you can see that the green line and the yellow line are quite high. It's away from the pack. Okay, the 3 of them are quite close together. Some are going up, some are going down. But 2 of them has emerged quite strongly, which is the Nature Immunology and Nature Reviews of Immunology. All right, so they are getting much higher SJR index. And you can compare up to 10 journals, not just 5. You can compare up to 10 of journals going back to 1996. Now I look at SNP. So this is a different picture altogether. This is the source normalized index. Again, it's trying to look at the citation potential of each field. And again, you can see that the 2 of them, Nature Immunology and Nature Reviews, again, they are breaking out from the pack. Now, if you go on to look some more at the citations, you will see that Nature Immunology and Nature Reviews, again, they're having much more citations compared to the other 3 journals. There. You can see that this particular one, Advances in Immunology, is just staying stable. Okay, still very low, but very stable. The others are rising. This one in black, Trends in Immunology, it is rising. But really more spectacular growth would be these 2 journals. Okay, they're really getting highly cited. Now, if you are a potential editor, board member, or even you're an author, before submitting your manuscript, you're going to try and look at this, right? Because if you're getting into these 2 journals, then the chances of you getting cited is much higher. So similarly, as a journal editor, you also want to know what your competitors are doing or what they're doing well. All right. This is quite an interesting one. If you look at this, this is the number of documents published by your comparing document number, okay, between the different journals. You can see that Trends in Immunology, suddenly in 2000, it shot up. So it started to get more manuscripts into the journal. It started to include more articles. It started to publish more. But down the line, as it comes down, you'll see that, why is this? What are they doing? Why is it that they're reducing the number? Of course, there are many reasons, and you can only speculate. Is it because of cost? Is it because they don't want to publish so much? But is it also because they are trying to manipulate the impact factor? You know how it can be manipulated, right? So because your impact factor is calculated by number of citations divided by number of articles over a given time, once you reduce your denominator, your numerator becomes higher. So your impact factor becomes higher by reducing the number of documents. Okay, so that's possibly one way. But you will see that the other 2 have maintained quite steady progress. Okay, so if you go back, the number of citations for this one, the one in black, the Trends in Immunology, the citations are increasing. So if you're looking at impact factor viewpoint, numerator is going up and denominator is going down. So obviously your impact factor goes much higher. Okay? Now I think one other important part which you can look at is the percentage that is not cited. So if you get published in this journal, what is the chance of you not cited at all? Okay, so you can tell from here, again. And you can see that this one, Nature Reviews in Immunology, it's actually climbing up, while the rest have actually stayed quite low. Okay, so again, these are alternative metrics for you to play around with, for you to analyze, for you to examine the trends and the performance. So in summary, I think we've covered these 3 things. This is very applied. It's into your daily workflow. I'm doing this, which is customized to the audience here today. Scopus has much more